What's up, everybody? It's your boy French Cooking. Welcome back to the channel, and this is how to make beats for free, episode number 29. Today's free VST is called the OB-Xd by discoDSP. This is a recreation of the Oberheim OB-X, and it's perfect for like sci-fi sounds, I would say, or in my case today, vintage sounding boom bap. The vibe that I get from this synth from a hip hop standpoint is like swollen members. If you've never heard of them, first of all, yes, that is a real group name. And at first I was thinking of making an episode of Whatever Happened To about this group. But really it's essentially the same thing as the Sean Desmond episode. In a nutshell, what had happened was the first urban radio stations in Canada were launched in 2002, right about at the same time that these rap groups in Canada were making incredible music. The difference being that Swollen members were actually from Vancouver. So they had like this dark West Coast vibe to their music, kind of. But their labels fumbled the bag and didn't promote them properly, especially internationally. But anyway, today's not about that. It's about this synth, which sounds amazing. So let's get into it. I'm starting at 101 BPM because, like I said earlier, this is kind of like West Coast dark boom bap. And I pulled up the Genevieve preset in the OB-Xd, and I'm gonna lay down a catchy melody to start with. Okay, we'll go with that. Pretty simple. In terms of processing for this sound, I put on some reverb, Cymatics space Lite. I also put on TAL-Chorus-LX for the chorus effect to give it some width and make it sound a bit more vintage. And finally, I have an EQ to cut out the low end, but also some of those frequencies that I find a little bit harsh in the synth. And the way that I listen for that is that I'll select one of the bands and I'll click on band solo, and I'll turn the gain all the way up so I can really isolate that frequency or those frequencies. So now if I turn this one all the way up, it hurts my ears when I hear it. So that's an indication for me that I need to turn it down. Same with the second one right here. If I turn it all the way up, it sounds awful. So just duck it down to where you can barely notice it anymore. Okay, now I uncheck band solo, and this is my final sound. Now I'm layering that with an organ in Analog Lab. It's called Majestic Organ. Exact same pattern, only difference being that I added the root notes down here as well. And for processing, I put on reverb, I put on an EQ, same thing as I did with the synth, but I also threw on OCS 45, which is a cassette simulation effect, but I'm not going to turn it on yet because sometimes it causes my computer to lag when I have OBS running as well, and then like the sound sounds choppy and sounds like ass. So I'm going to leave it off for now, and I'm going to turn it on at the end of the video. I hope you don't mind. If you do mind, well, that's your problem. Let's see, maybe if I solo this track, it won't lag. So this is what it sounds like without the cassette simulation. I'm going to turn it on right now. Next, I pulled up another synth sound just to layer sounds on top of it so it really sounds full. And all I did, root notes. You can already hear a little bit of the clicking, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the tape simulation. Sorry. Now again, a key to these like synthy hip hop beats is to layer and layer and layer. So pulled up a second instance of OB-Xd, and now I'm in the Polydreams preset, and I was just playing around, coming up with keys, and it came up with this repetitive pattern, and it fits with the rest of the beat, so why not? For processing, I have a widener, and I'm using wasted space for the reverb. This is a great plugin, gives you like a different type of reverb. For the bass, I'm gonna base the bass pattern on what in my head I hear as the kick pattern for my drums. So I want it to go boom, boom, bap, something like that, so that I know my bass is gonna start with a boom, boom as well. Other than that, just following my root notes as usual. Okay, laid down a pretty simple drum pattern. What can you note about this? Okay, the first thing is, this is the kick that I started off with. I like the attack of the kick. I like that it has like a crackle to it as well, but it doesn't have enough low end. So I layered that with another kick, turned down the volume. This is what the other kick sounds like. So pretty much strictly low end. I have a snare and I have a rim hitting at the same time. I pan the snare to the right, as you can see here, and I pan the rim to the left. So it makes it sound more full if you're wearing headphones. And yeah, that's basically it. A couple effects here and there, some pretty standard hi-hats, and this is the end result. I feel like we gotta listen to it with the cassette effect on. I just like that so much better. I do feel like it's a little bit too spooky though, so how can I make it less spooky and more hip hop? DJ scratches. I know I said it was too spooky, but I still felt like it was missing a choir. So I pulled up Labs, and I mean, they make it really easy for you. Choir pack in Labs, and there's only one preset. Okay, so let me throw that all together and arrange it. I don't think I'm going to do anything too special for the arrangement. Probably just like a drum roll at the end of the verse leading into the chorus. Standard intro, standard outro. Yeah, like it's going to be pretty simple. Just loop everything together. Thank you everybody for watching. If you don't know Swollen members, go ahead and listen to their music. You won't be disappointed. I'll be back next week as always for another video, but until then, keep producing.